kind of a mixed bag today. Account 1 went really well, finished with solid profit. Account 2, we finished with a loss, and you'll have to watch to see how far I drew down the account and if I was able to recover, and if so, how far I was able to recover. We are eligible now for a payout from Alpha Futures, so we'll go ahead and take one of those. We should be able to collect about $1,100, which would be nice, and then we will keep it rolling for next week. So enjoy the trades. I'll see you in the next one, and if you want to use Alpha Futures, use my promo code ES. That saves like 10 or 15 bucks on the evals and resets, which are cheaper. So I like Alpha Futures, $200 5 times, and you can earn a payout with a minimum of $200 or $250. So you only have to have $500 of profit to get your first payout from them. ATR sitting just below 20, so a lot of movement this morning. Kind of looking at this 40 level. Let's go buy one right there. Kind of looking at that. Let's see if we can. That was close. We could have had that one. I really like this level kind of right in here. That's at price, so I'm going to be a little more cautious than that. Price going to VWAP up there. Market's down on the day. Totally fine. Okay. All right, let's see. So I do like this level a lot right in here. 49. Be a little aggressive. Let's see. Maybe not. Okay, really nice there, up 144. Good work there. All right. Same level as before. I still like that level. Now price touched 845, so I'm going to go 846. Feels a little far-fetched right now with where price is, but we'll see. So VWAP, one of my EMAs, 100 looks like. So a lot of stuff in the way right now. We'll see if price wants to play with that or not. Okay, you're at VWAP. Let's see what happens here. Okay, nice little reject. I see that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and set a stop here. Eight points is plenty, I think. So again, I'm back attacking this same zone as before, right in here. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to see. We'll see if price can get there either on this candle or the next. I doubt it though. I have to find ourselves a new zone. This feels the most conservative right here, but I don't know if we're going to get that touch without price really doing some crazy movement first. technically price, we're huddling around this 150. So we could technically be still looking for shorts. I don't know that I really want to play with shorts right now. A lot of movement off this bottom, so that makes sense to me. But it's definitely within reason. Let's see what we have here. Maybe we'll get a touch on this candle right here. Or we'll stall out at 50, which I'd be 4 points away from. Okay. Close. So I don't know if we're going to get that. Nope. Although that would have been a fantastic spot. 48. Yeah, that sounds about right. We still wouldn't have gotten filled, but we'll make it a little higher. 7-point stop is fine. $10 points out. ATR still relatively high at 16. So we'll take that. Right back 1 second. Okay. So we're definitely looking for long. That's definitely the right spot. I kind of see the 64 level as being something. It's a little bit lower than the rest. 64, 66-ish. So let's go there. Might not be within reason right now as price takes off on us. Yeah, but this node right in there, I'm looking at this one. This one too, honestly, at 69. 69 just feels a little too close to price, I think. That's kind of how I'm feeling about it. We ran past it. It's been a consistent, touching of price. I don't know if I love it. Let's just give it a candle here. Let's see. I'm looking at 69. Let's make that yeah, right here. Let's just see what that level does for us. I'm hoping for 5 points of slippage on that, but let's see if we get it. Trading view shows, yeah, but oof. Okay, so good spot there again. That'd have been nice. All right, so that was the level that we wanted to be at. 6-point stop. In the trade. Previous entry would have been a little wiser on this for this candle. Let's see if we get a bounce though. Nice. What? Oh, I messed that one up. Moved my stop way too close. We're up 173. That sucks. That was a mistake. All right, I'm going down to 65. So we're going to buy one, but it's going to be down here with the stop a little. There we go. Perfect spot. Nice. 257, very good. Really good spot there. Okay. Count one done, 765. This is a count we're working to get back to even. We're going to be ready for a payout before we're even eligible to get a payout with this thing in account. So this C level feels kind of like a bounce. I'm going to go buy right here with a stop right here. This is a little too aggressive, but let me see if this will work out for us. Yeah, there it is. What? You guys just see my stop get moved, right? You saw that. What was that? Okay. All right. Now I'm just kind of interesting. I'm just gonna sit here and kind of wait. That was a really interesting move because I did not see that coming. All right, same level I think before. 59 as a bounce. I just we tried, so I kind of like, I don't know. I'm in between long and short right now because we've seen price really battle, but we've just getting these huge red candles in a row, down, 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 down. And so I like price off of this low right here running up. That makes sense to me. Taking longs over here made sense. Now we're kind of huddling. Is price ready to go back down? Do we want to go back up? So I really don't want to be in a bad position here. Let's just give it a couple of candles and we'll see like where it plays out. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to try a 70 sell. I don't know if I like this idea, but I'm going to try it. Obviously, way better that it happened before I got in the trade. That's fantastic, of course, but I'm going to try 64, 64 and a half now. So let's move this down to here. I'm chasing price. 6-point stop. 6-point stop has been, I mean, not famous last words, but it's been a pretty reliable amount of points to use as a stop. It's also very conservative. So I'm switching my bias here to short as we cross under the 50 and close underneath the 100 and close underneath VWAP. So let's find out what we got here. 64 is fine. 56 is fine. Not a whole lot of trading there. Well, that's actually a lot of trading there. Just price rolling back. If I was long biased right now, I would say this 47 level makes sense. Excuse me, geez. So right here, price get a little bit lower and we bounce and run. We'll see. Well, let's find out what we have here. So I'm gonna need price to really take a run up before we get into this trade, which is fine. That's 56. I'm ready to frick up here. All right, we can try. We can try 56. This just feels really aggressive. That's about right. Yeah, down 80 bucks. That's fine. Probably should have kept our 64 level, which would be, that would have been, look at that. All right, we're our 64. I don't even, we might not have gotten filled. I'm not sure exactly, but that 64 level, that's a 8-point, 10-point move right there, 10-point and counting. That would have been sick. So I chased it a little too much. I had it right the first time. I adjusted being a little aggressive and we missed it. So 61 feels right. Let's see if we can continue to be aggressive and see if we can catch this one. 6-point stop again. I think we're gonna stop out here. If we get to break even, I'll have to probably take it because we're pretty close. Well, that worked out for 20 bucks. All right, maybe like 10 bucks. Too conservative. Too conservative. I mean, not much more money to be made on that one. Maybe 40 bucks or so, but better than 20 or 10 or whatever I got after commissions. All right, so just a little choppy here. We took our first loss trying to go short. So that says something. As I'm trying to read this, probably this 47 level right there with the stop right here. And then going back long, I think I like long still. Kind of goes against the moving averages a bit, but I think I like the longs over here. Let's see. See if price will test us. And then push back to VWAP is kind of what I'm thinking. Point of control we're sitting at. Always a fun level to entertain. Huge congrats to Marche getting her first payout. That is friggin' awesome. That is awesome. All right, what? Bro, give me a fill, dog. There we go. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. It'll make for a really funny TikTok, but that's insane. Unbelievable. And I was just talking shit about 6 points being enough stop. It wasn't. It wasn't. Oh, wow. Well, careful what you wish for. Down 213. Not our worst day in this account by any stretch. That's really annoying. Price really sitting here, but not really giving me a whole lot. So I still want to be long. All right, good. So there goes price, making a new little push. I'm liking this 65 again. This feels a little aggressive, but we'll see. 6.5 point stop. Let's see, price really doesn't like to hang out in this region right here, 64. So if we get price back, it's either going to run right to my stop or bounce and run if we get a fill. So we'll see which one is which for today. That was really close. There we go. I'm just getting attacked. Down 3, 40. I am just getting attacked. 52 level, I guess. Yeah, we're getting like an extra push past where I need to be. I like 52 a lot. We'll try it. Oh, I'm glad I got my stop hit or put in. Yeah, that was what we hoped to happen. We just didn't do it. Makes me feel better that it didn't just completely rocket ship up though. That's a little bit. Entered at 52, it's hanging at 58, 6 points. Well, yeah, that would have been ideal to be in. That stinks. Okay. 53. Six and some change stop. I really should have slid my stop, I think. Let's look for a bigger push up, but let's see. Down 5. Tough. Tough. Yeah, we probably could have slid our stop and broke even on that one. We just didn't. All right, we'll chill out for a second, see what happens. Weird, because we really should be dominating this choppiness. Like, we really should be, like, crushing this, and we're just not. We've had a couple slips beyond where we thought price might go. That trade I probably could have broken even, lost a few dollars on commissions, but overall, not a great read. Yeah, tough to read the profile right now. All these levels have so much action that it's almost like any one of these levels could be point of control. So we gotta let price loosen up a little bit first. That, or we should be looking for shorts. So if we change our outlook to looking for shorts, then this 52 level makes a ton of sense. Right here. So let's see. Okay, good. There we go. So we got some price movement. All right, so we have a little bit better direction. Let's see if price wants to get down to that level. Right here, 39. And bounce. Price action's kind of dwindling off, 13 points per candle. So plenty of movement still, but there we go. So nice move. Let's see what price wants to do with this. I don't really see any levels that I like. All these levels in here have just a little less volume, but none really stick out to me like this 49 level does a little. So we'll maybe go down to that. It's 3 points. We'll be a little more aggressive than that. 6 points, 6.25. All right. My entry is a bit of a far cry from getting any sort of fill. Or not, honestly. We're not that far. 5 points. Oh gosh, that was quick. Let's see. Really? There we go. Good, got some of that back, down 391. Okay. Okay. So one of the lessons I just had to learn in this is like price sitting between our moving averages. We probably just need to chill. We don't have a direction. We kind of just have price going flat, which typically is fine. But when we're sitting at VWAP, when we have all of this just built up movement, gotta just be a little more patient. I'm seeing this 52 level as being one that makes sense. We mark one there to go short. I'll go 51 just to be a little more aggressive. 6 point, 6.5 point stop. I'd probably move this down a little once I see some movement on price that I like in a different area. So 52 for now. And we're only if he points out. As I said, I think you could touch anytime. What do we want to do here? There we go. Go down. There we go. Oh, dang, not enough. All right. Puts us back down 186. Another good trade there. So we just have the bias correct now. So you guys, as you guys can see, watching me get my ass just destroyed past few minutes. Having the right bias makes this thing a whole lot easier. And so I just needed to be more patient. That's the lesson I need to learn. I could be super aggressive and go 43 sell right here. I just feel like that's a little too aggressive for me. You know what? Let's try it, and then I'll set my stop pretty 7 points. Yeah, we'll give this one a shot. I'll move my stop around break even if we get that. I really feel like these highs up here make more sense for a stop. Well, that was lucky. I feel like a lot of effort was put in for that little $10. That sucks. 176, 164, I mean. Okay. That was an aggressive trade that we maybe could have trailed for another half a point, half a tick. Maybe another 1 tick, I guess. More, but whatever. Not seeing any levels that I want to attack right now, so we'll chill for just a second. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. I lied. I like this level right here. Let's see if I get my stop. Had a chance to be profitable. Let's see if that is going to bite me in the butt. Yeah. Back down 298. Dang it. I was being just a little arrogant on that one. A couple wins got to my head. Should have. We're down 298. All right, that's fine. We can get that back. Yeah, I should have been a little more patient. Again, I will be right back actually this time. Jeez. 39 level is what I like. I'm being a little more aggressive in trying to move my entry just a point ahead. We've had a couple times in the past where we've had like really good spots, but price just didn't go all the way to our entry. That didn't help. Back down 429. Dang it. And so I wanted to be a little bit more aggressive with that one. It just didn't work. 47. What did I do here? Was it 40? I can't remember exactly what it was. What was that level? 40. Can't remember what it was. But it was a little too. It's like a little too aggressive on that trade. 1 point wouldn't have done us any good. We got blasted through on that one. But this 48 level-ish makes sense to me. And price is certainly respecting that level. And we are running. This account has been back and forth. I'm not even sure what my, like, I'm not even sure I have more winning trades than losing trades. I was going to say, I've been getting torched. My biggest loss is only 155, so I've been very good with risk management for having 6 losses. But, man, I think we had maybe in this account, one trade that, let me see. We had one trade that was like really, really small. That could have been a bigger win, but nothing really. Let's see what we have here. Today would be a wonderful day if I would have copy traded, because we'd be done. But instead, we've got one account that is up and ready to rock for a payout. The other one, this one is not. Got a little more room. Down $400. It's no fun. I need like an anti-consistency rule. Like if you lose a certain amount of money, like it doesn't matter what the consistency rule is. That'd be a sweet rule. These 2 levels in here kind of untouched. 39. Let's go there. $6 and change. Okay, I like that we have a direction. That's at least nice. Now we're outside of value area. So we're kind of in untested waters. At times you can take trades where like you put your entry right below where value area is. Like technically this level, this 31 level, which we can go to. Price is just falling. This would have been a sweet trade to catch, right? There are times where putting an entry right at value area, low or high, can act as a really good level to enter trades on. But we don't have enough data to really do much more than 31. And even 31 is a little... The only reason I'm even at this level, it really should be like 35, is because it's lower than this level, which I was entering at. So that makes sense. So we'll see what price wants to do with this. I know we're going to get price to bounce back up. Will it bounce 11 points? I don't know. Might have to chase this one down. Not a lot of movement. Like you guys would call this a fair value gap right in here. Kind of like this area-ish. Little 5 points. We'll see. That is no fun. Price falling. I just don't have enough info to know that this 17 level could be a good resistance point. All right, that feels a little too aggressive. I kind of want to do it though. I'll go 22. I can do that. I can live with that. I can't live with the 17. Even though that thing almost would have hit our entry and would have been a sick trade. What is this? This 15 level is interesting. So price really likes that level. Okay. And we're just a few points out beyond that. So we can live with that. Nice downward momentum. Okay, nothing. This 12 level looks like some fun too. Okay, here goes price. We're probably too far. 17 is probably a better place for us to be. That's 6 1/4. There goes our touch. We might just be in front of a rampaging candle here. Let's hope not, but we might be. Oh yeah, rampaging to the opposite side. 1 point. Waste of a win. Not a waste, but $20. So kind of a smaller but building profile right here. So point of control. This is a low value node right here, 17, which is right there. I'm gonna sell that. This feels a little too aggressive, but I actually thought price would touch that again. I didn't think that it would hit it once and then run away like that. That's whack. 17, and I don't really like anything else. Like, as you guys can kind of see, I'm not even looking at price action, really. I just want to see where price has bounced. So these areas where price doesn't trade a whole lot, really valuable information. So this 07 level, price hasn't really traded here a bunch. Slices through once. Oh my gosh, what was that? We're going to see what this is going to be a small scalp if we get into this trade. I can already tell you right now, based on how much buying pressure just occurred right there. If we get into this trade, it's going to be, I'm going like 1 point stop. If we get into this trade, I don't know where we are though. 17 still active, and then 23 has a lot more area of really nothingness. Okay. Out of that one as well. Okay, we're not down $400 anymore. That's good. So 17 level is probably going to go away as price continues to transact right there. Really, the next set of area is this 28. This 21 to 28 level. So I'm gonna highlight this with a rectangle. Just move this out and say right here. Like this is kind of the next area where price doesn't really want to touch. So I'm gonna go 18. ATR hanging out at 13. We'll take that. Looks like there's a new level for us to play with. my profile telling me? I could probably just trade a naked profile, honestly. I probably could. As long as I knew where the moving averages were. Alright, 17 level is kind of where I was before. I need to move my entry down a little bit to 16 and a half. 5, 6 points. There we go. Yeah. Close. Really close. Part of this strategy, just the way I trade maybe, is understanding where price will bounce and then trying to get into those entries. Other part of it is being a little bit more aggressive than you maybe want to be, because price doesn't just magically go to the same specific spot and touch and run away, right? Like we have to assume that other people can see where price is bouncing, where orders are being filled, where they're being canceled, where they're being, where buys and sells are happening. And so it's like how everybody sold off Bitcoin at 92,000 instead of waiting for it to get to 100,000. It's like everybody wants to front run everybody else. And so like, what the fuck? So for example, like right here, I was half a point off of having a super nice, 40 point, 4 point trade, 40 point, 80 point move, which really would have been like 8 points. When at 160, that would have been a super sick move. We wouldn't call it all of it, but you get the point. So like we have to just be a tad, I have to be a tad more aggressive on some of these entries, considering price didn't get all the way back. So like I might even go a half a point further and then assume that maybe even like this level 18 could get touched. So my stop needs to be like there, like 6 1/4. So we don't want to chase price, but we also don't want to try to be as exacting because we'll miss out a lot of trades. Oh. I was way too hasty on that. I should have just been a smidge more patient. Maybe would have caught a few more points on that. It actually hurts to say because we have had this happen a couple times today. That's annoying. Super annoying. So we're kind of settling here again, which is fine. Anytime we settle, what we get is more variance. So we're getting a little bit like lower lows. We might even look at getting a new high for this area. So I'm going to go 20 as an entry. 20. Okay, bro, dang, chill. I got you. I see you want to make some new moves. I got you. 25. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I thought price would actually make a new little high. It did not. Okay. Let's test this 01 level. Let's see. So I've got some wicks down here at 02. And there's one at 05. Let's see. I could see price also getting down to 99. Now, this is a psychological level, this 23,800. Price likes even numbers. It's just kind of it's like its own VWAP in a way. And so price could touch this thing and run away. It could absolutely rocket ship through, hit my stop in no time. So let's be ready for either one. Let's see if it gets there first. My entry should be right there. Okay. Here's what I was talking about. Why the fuck didn't I move it and set it? That was so stupid. See if I get another chance at this. That was so dumb. I don't know what I was thinking, but if I lose this trade, it's completely on like poor trade mechanics. Okay, I'm getting another chance potentially. Okay, not gonna make that mistake again. Fine. 307. So price ran a little further than I thought. Value area has extended. Very nice. So now we're down here. I don't know. That same entry isn't horrible. That 01 isn't terrible. I don't know if I want to play it again because I had to give up 5 points. And again, my stop's 6 and some change, so I really don't want to do that again. But it did hold. We'll go 01 again. So, and we'll make it actually 01 this time. 7 points, 6 points, and 3/4. Let's see if price wants to do its dance. $292. Oh, 06 is right. It might just be too conservative. $20. My gut kind of says that was the right call. So I think price is going to pop down and run up. That's what my gut says. So I don't know if I'm going to be disappointed in this thing not moving a whole lot. Or if it went down, I would just be wrong. But kind of feel like price is going to move its way up here. I don't know how much, but I'll go 09, which is right, pretty freaking close. Sell one right here. See if I'm reading this right. So I'm really looking to see price make a new high right here on these set of candles, and then just come back to this range. Really come back to 04. So that would have been a 5-point move for us if it did that, but it didn't get that high. New point of control. I'm still kind of chilling. I don't know. I don't know if my entry is realistic for where price is right now. But I don't have a, the lower price goes, the lower these nodes are. So there's no edge there. $97. That was kind of aggressive. There we go. Worked out though. Nice. Puts us down 179. That makes us back to profitable. Down for the day, but at least we got back to profitable overall. So this account's down 179. This account's up 257. So barely profitable on the day, but we got back to profit finally. So after being down in that account $500, I think. So not bad. Not bad. Could have been better. Could have been better. I was a little aggressive, I would say, but could have been better. We'll call it a day. Good Friday. We'll be back next week. I'm probably going to end up requesting a payout for, let's see. Let's find out. $1,200, $1,100. So we'll see. Anyway, you guys have a good rest of your day today. We'll be back on Monday, and I got some more things I'm developing as well. So really excited for what is coming. We're getting to the golden age of this bad boy. So I will see you guys soon. Have a great rest of your day. Trade safe. Don't overtrade, and we'll be back to it. All right. Peace.